and welcome. Security is an essential part of the maritime business. To ensure those saddled with this responsibility, in this instance, maritime police, are up to par with their duties, and to create a forum to both educate and hear from them, a workshop themed Facilitating Ports Efficiency, the strategic role of the police, through a collaborative effort by the Nigerian Police Maritime Command and Nigerian Shippers Council, was held in Lagos. This workshop will take center stage on today's program. And that's not all. Happenings from the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy will also be featured. Our tidbit segments will most assuredly not be left out, as it is where news about the local and international maritime scenes will be brought to you by Maria Uwekule. So get yourself any cool drink and get comfortable as we go on a short break. We shall be right back.
For more than 5 decades, we have empowered and protected the interests of shippers in the nation's maritime industry. Our focus is to facilitate trade, regulate tariffs and rates, as well as handle shippers' complaints on cargo losses, damage and non-delivery. We offer dispute resolution mechanism for shipping and trade disputes between shippers and service providers. We are Nigerian Shippers Council, Nigeria's port economic regulator, your gateway to a thriving maritime sector. Nigerian Shippers Council will meet you at the port of your need.
Welcome back. You are watching The Shipper, the must-watch program for in-depth information highlighting goings-on within the nation's maritime sector, and it is proudly brought to you by Nigerian Shippers Council, the nation's port economic regulator. I am Victoria Yavala. Hectic and chaotic as the port can be, the need arises for law and order to be maintained. The Nigerian Police Maritime Command has been effectively handling this. It therefore stands to reason that updates on their knowledge base and expertise, not just as a police command, but as one with the special task of handling the on- and offshore maintenance of order for port efficiency, are essential. This workshop provided the opportunity for the much-needed two-way information and boots-on-ground knowledge sharing. Let's now join Lucy Yambi as she presents the full story as captured by the Shippers correspondent, Adesina Abiodun.
Declaring the program open, the Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer of Nigerian Shippers Council, Dr. Akuta Pius, said that persistent delays in cargo clearance at Nigeria's seaports, with average dwell time of 21 days compared to just 6 hours in Singapore and 7 days in Lome, have continued to negatively impact the ease of doing business and increase costs for stakeholders. The NSC boss added that the situation has necessitated the collaborative efforts by Nigerian Shippers Council and Maritime Police Command to enhance port efficiency and address human factors causing delays. The Council's boss was represented by the Director, Regulatory Services Department, Mrs. Margaret Ogbonna.
The theme of this workshop program reflects the desires of both Nigerian Shippers Council and the Nigerian Police to build capacity of police officers for better understanding and administration of their statutory roles in the maritime environment. The Nigerian Shippers Council has been collaborating with several agencies to ensure the facilitation of trade and ease of movement of cargo outside the port to avoid any form of congestion.
In his welcome address, Deputy Commissioner of Police Chukwuemeka Obasi, representing Assistant Inspector General of Police, Maritime Police Command, Chinedu Oko, commended Nigerian Shippers Council as a worthy partner, extolling the values their collaborations have produced. He further noted that his command's mandate goes beyond ordinary policing. The Maritime Police Command must protect the economic lifeblood of the nation.
The efficiency of any port system is inseparable from its security architecture. Ports are not merely gateways for goods and trade. They are the lifelines of financial economy. When security is compromised, efficiency obviously collapses. The Maritime Police therefore occupy a pivotal position in safeguarding the flow of maritime commerce, ensuring that Nigeria's ports remain safe, credible and globally competitive.
Corroborating the Assistant Inspector General of Police's address, Assistant Commissioner of Police Administration, Port Authority Police Command Western, Olufikayo Fawole, emphasized that the Maritime Police is a special arm of the police force with an especially critical duty.
Shippers Council remains one of our most important partners in fostering a secure and efficient port environment. We deeply value the collaboration between our institutions, and we look forward to strengthening this partnership to ensure that our ports operate at global standards.
Mr. Mohammed Sani Bala, National Secretary, Association of Maritime Truck Owners, praised the critical role of the Maritime Police at port corridors and its value in enhancing his association's operations.
Amato, as an association, we highly appreciate the role of the Nigerian police in the Herculean task of protecting life, property, maintenance of law and order, not only in our port environment, but in the whole country at large. On the issue of delay alerts, I'm very, very optimistic that the concerned authority and relevant stakeholder will meet and find a solution to that, because any delay in cargo release also affects our drop turnaround time. Besides that, it also affects cargo dwelling time.
An astute shipper, Alhaji Nofiu Inaolaji, pinpointed the need for capacity building in the Council's complaints unit as a means of assisting them in handling the huge task they take on regularly.
It's a very good moment for the main stakeholder. Any of these program mobile Shippers Council, how is the process of the Port Authority, the LP, and it's a very good start. It has not been happening before. And I want to, this also appeal to the Nigerian Shippers Council. The complaint units, they should empower the complaint units more, because they are being attending, they are doing a vigorous job here. You know, you see, it's like a police. When you go to the police, you don't want to be told exactly that you are the offender. But if you want to put yourself in more serious problem, I always tell colleagues, before you approach Shippers Council for any complaint, make sure you have it genuine. Because they will not treat your case as the way a complainant. You will have an expert there, they will investigate, and you happen to be at fault, they will not cite you. So you better think well before you make that attempt.
Head of the complaints unit, Dr. Bashir Ambi, detailed the activities of his unit and called on stakeholders to take advantage of their presence. He also hinted on engagements with the Inspector General of Police, which he said would bear much desired results in due course.
Permit me to appeal to all the stakeholders that all of us should be our brothers keepers in ensuring that the needful is done toward achieving a secure port environment and toward achieving a healthy port environment that will further facilitate trade in Nigeria.
Mr. Francis Omotosho, Registrar, National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAF Academy, noted the essential role maritime police play in ensuring port efficiency.
The only antidote and substitution to subsidy on an essential need of the public and major determinant of free flow of international trade and economic development is a viable, sustainable fee, dues and charges in shipping and port operation. Without having sustainable dues, charges, well-regulated the prices, we are going nowhere. And that is a very, very bottom line job of Shippers Council. 2, the port dues should not be misinterpreted as fiscal taxes and should never be allowed to acquire the character of taxes. They represent payment for the use of port facilities, and they should be assessed on all vessels, goods and passenger entering and leaving the port. The level of dues should be in a reasonable proportion to the value of use or usefulness of available facilities to various categories of traffic. The port you see is a God gift, and whatever we are paying there should constrain with the service you are rendering, with the facility provided, with what you do for the port users. But when you turn your dues to taxes, the way the customs, yes, customs collect taxes, and thank God for the federal government, they are harmonizing everything on single window where the taxes will be harmonized, duty will be separated, other taxes will be separated. So board bill should not be seen as a taxes. It should be seen as a service rendered based on the facilities we provided.
Controller of Customs, Apapa Area Command, Emmanuel Oshoba, who was represented by Deputy Controller of Customs Administration, Apapa, DC Henry Eromobo, made a presentation which showed the relationship between cargo clearance and national security.
Of course, the World Customs Organization, in addressing the dichotomy between seamless cargo delivery and national security concerns, introduced what is called the Safe Framework of Standards in 2005. This had to come as a result of modifications that had been made by the government of the United States of America in 2002, when they recognized that terrorism, that international trade could now be a weapon for terrorism after the exploits of Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden on September 11th, 2001, after the New York famous bombings of the World Trade Center. Similarly, the World Customs Organization had to bring this into play. And of course, this safe framework of standard is centered around three pillars. The three pillars are as follows. There is the customs to customs pillar, which talks about cooperation between customs of one country and customs of the other country. And of course, we have the customs to business, which is referred to as the C to B. Of course, the first one is C to C. We have C to B, which is customs to business. And of course, the last, which is customs, collaborating with other governmental agencies and intergovernmental agencies in order to achieve national security concerns without disrupting trade facilitation.
The workshop concluded with robust interactions amongst stakeholders and other participants who spoke with the shipper.
The forum that has been organized by Shippers Council today is a good forum. It's a forum that will enlighten both the security agency in the maritime sector, our shippers, and the shipping company and the terminals also. We hope at the end of the day, when the forum is concluded, people will learn a lot and they will keep to whatever we have discussed here so that the business much developed in our country, Nigeria.
Thank the Shippers Council for this laudable initiative to bring everyone on board to be able to discuss this crucial issue that is based on trade facilitation.
The tone as the workshop closed was one of energy and anticipation, signaling a renewed viewpoint from the Maritime Police and better understanding and appreciation from stakeholders of the enormity of the Maritime Police's duties.
It is most heartwarming when at workshops of this nature, all involved come out with a better understanding of everyone's worth, duties, and challenges. This invariably builds synergy. The industry and the nation at large is always the better for it. Nigeria's Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola, CON, has been unanimously elected Chairman of the Conference of Ministers of the Fisheries Committee for the West Central Gulf of Guinea. The election took place at the 16th Conference of Ministers of the FCWC hosted in Lagos, where ministers from 6 West and Central African countries met to strengthen cooperation, combat illegal fishing, and advance sustainable ocean governance. With his election, Oyetola will steer the policy direction of the FCWC for the next 2 years. Declaring the conference open on behalf of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, he called for renewed regional commitment to securing the Gulf of Guinea and harnessing the blue economy for shared prosperity. He emphasized that the ocean is a shared heritage and shared responsibility, urging member states to move from dialogue to decisive action in surveillance, governance, and sustainable resource use. The 3-day meeting featured technical sessions on fisheries management, maritime security, innovative financing, ecosystem protection, and inclusive growth, positioning Lagos as the vibrant hub of the region's maritime future. On this upbeat note, we now join Maria Uwekule on our tidbit segment.
Welcome to the tidbit segment on The Shipper. I'm Maria Uwekule, here with the latest developments and key updates from the maritime and blue economy space. Let's begin. The Executive Secretary CEO of the Nigerian Shippers Council, Dr. Akuta Pius, MON, has described dock workers as the backbone of Nigeria's international trade and a vital pillar of the national economy. Dr. Akuta made the remark in Lagos during this year's Dock Workers' Day celebration, where he was represented by the Director of Regulatory Services Department, Mrs. Margaret Obunna. He said the NSC as the port economic regulator recognizes the pivotal role dock workers play in sustaining the nation's maritime sector and ensuring the smooth operation of its ports.
Today we gathered to commemorate the International Maritime Organization's Day of the Dock Worker, a day dedicated to recognizing and celebrating the vital contributions of our dock workers to global trade and maritime industry. As we honor their dedication, it is essential to highlight the crucial advocacy efforts of the Nigerian Shippers Council in ensuring their welfare and safety. We recall in February 2024, our dock workers faced a significant challenge when the Maritime Workers Union contemplated withdrawing their services due to unfavorable working conditions, safety standards in ports, and the tragic death of a dock worker at one of our terminals. Recognizing the impact on our economy and the importance of safeguarding our dock workers' life, the Nigerian Shippers Council intervened promptly through dialogue and mediation. We facilitated negotiations between the union and the terminals and were able to avert the planned withdrawal of services by the union, which could have further plunged the sector into disarray.
Also speaking at the event, the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola, CON, represented by the Director General of Nigeria Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, Dr. Dayo Mobereola, commended the dock workers for their dedication and resilience. The minister applauded the dock workers for keeping Nigeria's ports efficient through their tireless efforts in loading and unloading cargoes.
As we look to the future, we must collaborate with a shared purpose. Safer ports, fair work environments, efficient trade, global competitiveness. These are goals we must achieve together. To our dock workers, your labor is the engine of this industry. Your contribution is valued. Your safety is non-negotiable.
This year's celebration themed Safe Ports and Safe Ship focused on the importance of safety, security, and adherence to international best practices in port operations. It also highlighted the crucial role dock workers play in fostering safe working environments and enhancing Nigeria's competitiveness in global trade. The event served as a reminder of the enduring contributions of dock workers whose efforts keep the nation's ports active and maritime industry thriving. We encourage you to follow our social media pages at NG Shippers on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube for more of our latest updates, events, and information. Let's take a look at our complaints register for the week. The Nigerian Shippers Council has received 6 complaints. 3 have been resolved, while 3 are still ongoing. These cases include requests for intervention on held shipments, exorbitant storage fee, withheld shipments, cargo diversion, refund failure, and fraud and abuse of maritime service license. Now, let's switch our focus to our international maritime news. A new ferry service has been launched to transport passengers directly between Bahrain and Qatar across the Arabian Gulf, offering a convenient alternative to air travel between two nations. Operated by Bahraini private company Massa Group, the service currently runs up to 3 round trips daily, with each one-way journey taking approximately 70 to 80 minutes. The frequency of sailings may be adjusted in response to passenger demand, according to company officials. The route spans roughly 35 nautical miles, connecting Sada Marina on Bahrain's Murak Island with Port Al Ruwais on Qatar's northern coast. The ferries in operation have seating capacities of 28 or 32 passengers, with some vessels featuring VIP sessions. All are equipped with comfortable seating refreshment kiosks and other onboard amenities designed to enhance passenger comfort. Initially, the service was limited to GCC residents, but has since expanded to accommodate travelers of all nationalities. The new route marks a significant step in improving regional connectivity and providing travelers with an efficient maritime transport option between Bahrain and Qatar. And that's a wrap for this week's Tidbits on the Shipper. Keep your compass set here for more maritime news and updates next week.
For more than 5 decades, we have empowered and protected the interests of shippers in the nation's maritime industry. Our focus is to facilitate trade, regulate tariffs and rates, as well as handle shippers' complaints on cargo losses, damage and non-delivery. We offer dispute resolution mechanism for shipping and trade disputes between shippers and service providers. We are Nigerian Shippers Council, Nigeria's port economic regulator, your gateway to a thriving maritime sector. Nigerian Shippers Council will meet you at the port of your need.
We've arrived as usual at our anchor point again, signaling the end of today's journey. Feel free to send us your views and comments via our social media handles at NG Shippers. Till we set sail again, here's wishing you calm seas, clear skies and gentle winds in your week ahead.